Good Friday morning. I am trying this for the first time on my iPad, so things are going to be a little bit different. Bear with me. So, you may have noticed in my feed earlier this week that I finally had the classic sore thumb tendonitis down through here. Seems like if you're a massage therapist long enough, it's going to happen to you. And mine happened to me on Wednesday. I've been waking up for a week or two with a sore thumb, but it's usually gone by the time I get to work. So I wasn't too worried about it. Well, on Wednesday, it wasn't all better by the time I got to work. And it didn't get better during my first massage. I had 3 massages back to back. And in fact, by the middle of the second massage, it hurt so damned much that I quit using my left hand. I'm like, I'm just going to do this all with my right hand. Yeah, that just doesn't work. And by the time I got to the third massage, I'm like, I can only use my right hand. It is killing me to use my left hand. And you know something? So I see people online saying, oh my God, I've broken my arm, but I can't afford to stop working. What do I do? How do I do a massage one-handed? And all these people will jump on, oh, here's how you do it one-handed, or here's how you do it with a broken foot, or here's how, here's how you ignore the fact that your body is injured and you just keep working. I got news for you. If you were trained to do massage with 2 hands, it's stunningly difficult to do it with just one. And what you end up doing is making that hand and arm really sore, and really it hurts a lot. So that was a complete failure, and I was kind of panicked. My boss said, go get a brace, because what we figured out was it wasn't work that was causing the tendonitis. It was it was the way I was holding my hand while I slept, which is why it hurt in the morning when I got up. Put a brace on it, wore it for 5 or 6 hours, and it wasn't a problem anymore. So yesterday I went to work a little anxious, but I was fine. I didn't have to take the day off work. I didn't have to take any time off work, for which I was grateful. So when I talk about how you do your budgeting for how much you need to charge, there's a whole category that I call shit happens or crap happens, depending on your use of language. And it's those things that you cannot possibly anticipate that will close your business down for anywhere from a day to a couple of weeks. Hey, if you break a bone, it's 6 weeks for a bone to fully heal. I had a coworker who was putting something in the back of a pickup truck that had a camper shell on the back, and when she closed the gate, the sheet of glass fell out of it right across her hand. Let's all take a moment to go, as we get a physical sensation of that. And it cut across her knuckles. Knuckles are very hard to suture. And then she tried to keep working because I can't afford to not work. And every time she bent her hand, she broke open those sutures. So she was forced to take about 6 weeks off to let that fully close. It's knuckles. Here's the truth. Shit happens. And that's why when you're doing the calculations about how much to charge, you have to assume that, you're not working 52 weeks out of the year. You're not working 50 weeks. You may only, in a bad year, work 40 weeks out of the year. So that the amount you charge has to create enough savings, create enough extra, that you can afford to not work for anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks out of the year. And then you need to set aside money into a savings account because, hey, folks, crap happens. It happens to all of us. 2005, it seemed like every 6 weeks crap was happening. Not all of it was bad. Like, I got a free trip to Japan at the last minute, and who am I to turn that down? But there was 2 weeks I hadn't anticipated that I had to take off, and then my dad died. There's another week. And the car was broken into. There's a couple of days. I mean, just one thing after another kept happening to me all year. It was like the poster child for crap happens. We're human. we break. We need to stop sometimes and take care of ourselves. We need rest. We need vacations. We need to take continuing ed. So the prices that you charge need to cover that. They need to be built into your calculations on how you set your rates. I was lucky this week. I mean, damned lucky that after 21 years, my little bout with thumb tendonitis, right down through here, people hurt like mad, was only really a day. And that wearing a compression garment on my hand for 5 or 6 hours took care of it. Because it would have been real easy to wake up the next morning and go, shit, this is some really dug in tendonitis. Because, it's my hands and my thumbs. And I've got to take, because, tendonitis, what you do is you rest it. Yes, you can work it and do some stuff, but mostly you rest it. Because there's not a quickie way around that. And the way we set up our rates has to account for that, because we are the one thing we cannot replace in our practices. What's the longest you've ever had to be off work for illness, injury, life circumstance, something you hadn't anticipated? I had a student once say, having a baby. Here's the great thing about having a baby. You get like 9 months of warning that there's a baby coming. So that's not exactly a crap happens occurrence. You get a lot of warning about that. But you guys, put in the comments, what's the longest you've ever been off unanticipated? Not a vacation, not a trip, not something expected. But when crap happened to you, what's the longest that ever took you out of work? If you're watching this live, you can put it in now. If you're watching this recorded, you can put it in later. But that's something else our rates have to cover. Because we have to take care of ourselves. Our massages take care of other people. Our business takes care of us. And if you agree with me, but you don't quite know how to do that, drop me a note or put something down in the comments. How do I do that? Because I've got a whole thing I can give you on how to calculate your rates based on needing some cushion for crap happens. And I'd be happy to share that with you. So that's today's Facebook Live. I hope this was helpful. I hope not a lot of crap happens to you, but when it does, I hope you have support and some cushion and you can roll with it. I hope you have a great weekend. And I will be back on Monday in another Facebook Live at or about 11 a.m. East Coast time. And I hope you take really good care of yourself, because you and your business deserve it. Bye-bye.